Hi, Lyfta here, and leading your best life. Now, if you're in business, you're going to love what I'm about to share with you. It literally is a transformation story of a business person that almost died and over the last 12 months has transformed his life and his business, and it's just such a great story. I want to share it with you. Stay tuned. Welcome back. It's Lyfta and Leading Your Best Life, and this really is a Leading Your Best Life fantastic case study. Yesterday at our Lyfta meeting, my mate and co-founder of Lyfta, Paul Magiatis, talked about, I got him to share in the love seat, I got him to share his journey over the last 12 or 18 months, and he did such a beautiful job making so many super important points. I'm just going to touch on some of them here that were so beautiful when you're talking about optimizing the performance not only of your business but your life, which again is why at Lyfta we talk about beyond business. It's not just your business, it's literally about your life, that your business should support your life, not where you become a prisoner of the business and you feel like you can't break out, which is another thing I'm just giving clients, the E-Myth, the book The E-Myth, if you haven't read it, Michael Gerber, where he talks about, the problem with working for yourself, he calls it, what does he call it, that leap of faith where you stop working for someone else and you decide to work for yourself. The problem is you might be working for an idiot, and the idiot might be you. And then we say idiot only because your own thinking and belief systems now guide you. There's only you making the decisions, and you can make a lot of stupid decisions when you're working for yourself. So who do you go to? Which again is one of the benefits of Lyfta, is that you actually have a peer group of literally, what was it yesterday? We probably had 200 or 300 years of experience, business experience in the room, and that happens every fortnight where 200 or 300 years of business experience, laser focus on your business. But as a result of it, Paul said, 2 years ago, he had all sorts of problems, but as a result of Lyfta, one, he set goals. Family goals, personal fitness goals, financial goals. I'm not going to go into the amount of passive income each year as a goal he set, but he said, I set these goals, and literally he said, we're now exceeding the passive income goal. So basically he doesn't have to work if he doesn't want to. A couple of things he said which are just beautiful, and I created a matrix here of really that whole relationship of, am I making money or am I just busy? Am I making money or am I just busy? I'm super busy, but I'm not making money. Well, hang on. That's a function of the third variable here, your decision making. And he said the decision making is what you say no to. It's like, is it going to help me make money? Is it going to move the dial? And we talked about this. He talked about needle moving activities, the needle being revenue. The needle being revenue, not only revenue, but profitable revenue. He talked about how he literally let go of he basically got rid of about half or more of his clients because they weren't making money, they were creating grief. And of course at the time it was quite scary. But now he's tripled or quadrupled the number of clients that he's got, and his team handle it. And from 2 years ago or thereabouts, where he talked about, I'm getting smashed on a daily basis. The whole psychological experience he was having of work was getting smashed. Versus now, he says, I go in and I tinker. I want to go to work and tinker. He says, I go to work and tinker now. The difference between getting smashed and tinkering, and how is that? One, letting go of clients that weren't profitable, and two, decision making, what to say no to. Is this just going to make me more busy, or is it actually going to help me make money? The other thing was getting super clear on his customer avatar. Who is his ideal client? His ideal client, he said, are full fee paying clients, full service clients, not people that argue and quibble about money. And it made all the difference. Talk about clarity is power. He also talked about the Bali retreat, which I've done a podcast on before. We took the team away to Bali and they focused on needle moving activities, and he said, income that feeds our families and having a nice life. His team does yoga and Pilates each week. They alternate yoga one week, Pilates the next, and they have fun. And they particularly work well unsupervised, as distinct from where he had to be micromanaging or keeping an eye on everything. He's had everyone personality profiled. They have done work on the time management, Covey's time management matrix, and it's just continued to go up. This is what income's gone up at least 15 to 20% since Bali. And he's literally made a list of these are the tasks that make us money, these are the tasks that don't make us money. So he got very specific about needle-moving activities. So what are the needle-moving activities in your business? So put a list up of them. I've said before about Ray Dalio having a list of what are your weaknesses, so you're aware of them, so you can compensate or get other people to cover for you, or have advisory boards to cover for you. But here is the list of what are your needle-moving activities. What are the things that you do that make money versus what are the things you do that waste? He told a funny story about team titles, because he used Filipino VAs and they called him the president of the company, and when they felt that they couldn't call the president, he said, stop calling me the president, just call me team leader. He said all of a sudden they're calling him more so that they can solve problems. He also has a great agenda item on a Wednesday, what he calls a find and fix day, where he talks about finding a problem, fixing it, reporting it with a no blame, no excuses. FFR, find, fix, report. It was just so beautiful. And then coming back to the other point is, does this make us money, and does it help build a relationship with our clients? Does it help us make money, and does it build a relationship? He also talked about how his VAs just deal with one task. Don't try and get the VAs doing more than one task, because they're not specialists, they're not geniuses, they're VAs, but they can do one task well, but they can't do 20 tasks well. And he also talked about with VAs, pay more, don't go cheap, because it's not going to help. Work on the needle movers first. Work on the needle movers first. And it's just transformed Paul's life. He went from having some major health problems, which really had to be warning signs. And one of my Lyfta members and a good friend who's in the health business just said, mate, that's just terribly sad, because his whole life is about preventing illnesses and heart attacks and health problems. He said the fact that you had to almost die before you made the choice, before you turned he didn't use these terms, but before you turned the eyeballs inwards to look at yourself and say, I've got to make a change. So how serious do you want things to get before you make a change? Do you have to go broke? Do you have to lose your house? Do you have to have a heart attack? Do you have to get cancer? And again, we had other people in the room with all sorts of health issues that, again, it's only when they've had the serious health issues where they've almost died if they've gone, I've got to do something different. As Robert Kiyosaki said in the Money in You program, we get taps on the shoulder. The universe sends us taps, and if you don't get the message, the taps get heavier and heavier and heavier till eventually it's a baseball bat. And if the baseball bat still doesn't wake you up, then it's a Mack truck, and then it might be too late. So get the message, which again is why having a coach, having a mentor, having an advisory board that you're willing to open up to and express, this is what's frustrating me, this is what I'm trying and it's not working, because our ego helps us. And I'm just as bad as everybody. I'll push on because I know it's going to be okay. But no, having people smarter than you, having people who've been there before you, it's a bit like an AFL coach. We say almost no AFL coaches have won premierships that haven't actually played and won premierships. Isn't that funny? In other words, it's like the guide going up the Himalayas to Mount Everest. One of our friends, Bryce, just did that trip. You actually want someone who's been there before, who's navigated the problems and knows how easy or hard, or when to go hard or when not to go hard, or when to turn left, not right. You want someone who's been there before, who's got the map, the mental map or the physical map, rather than you just trying to barge your way. I'll be right, mate. No, I've been there, I've done that. So getting a coach. But this is just a great story. Paul Magiatis at Lyfta. And again, come and check out our Lyfta. Go where is it? LinkedIn. You can go on Facebook, Lyfta, Lyfta, Lyfta. Come and join one of our meetings in Perth, or even want to set up your own Lyfta network, Lyfta link in your town. It's local business people really helping each other, not just sitting around listening to a speaker, but literally helping each other in a masterminding coaching environment, a very intimate, vulnerable, but incredibly powerful environment. So what am I talking about here? I'm talking about you turning the eyeballs inwards, using some of the lessons from Magiatis' experience, setting goals. Does it make money? Your decision making, customer avatar, retreats, needle moving activities. All of these things are so important. and Find It, Fix It report Wednesdays. How good is that? Kaizen, it really is a continuous improvement circle. If you want to find out more, do join us. I'm Lyfta. You can go to my website, lyfta.com. You can go to pdc-growth.com, pdcgrowth.com, where we've got so many coaches, consultants, resources, whether you're starting a business, going right through to exiting the business, everything you need to grow, scale, manage, incentivize, recruit, it's all there under the one roof. Check it out. I'll see you soon. Thanks for listening. I'm Lyfta.